Speaking of Sony, right? Let's talk about Spider-Man 3. We have our first set photo that made it out online, and it shows us what many of us thought was going to happen, which sort of confirms that the next film is at least probably opening with the identity reveal. Like, that definitely seems to be the indicator here. I mean, it's MJ wearing the same exact outfit, he's wearing the same costume, and the assumption is by us automatically was, oh, they're going to do what every Spider-Man movie has done so far. Show us a different view of it, and then time jump 6 months to a year. Like, makes sense, you know? Like
100%. People are like, "Oh my god, it's picking up right where it left off." It's like, yeah, the last two have done that.
Yeah.
And it's never been the exact same way. It's always been slightly different. Like, you know, the whole Civil War bit, we saw it from his perspective, not, and obviously a bit of new stuff, but we didn't see exactly how it happened in Civil War. And Far From Home done the exact same thing. Slight time jump. So, fully expecting the exact same thing here.
It is a nice way to handle it, though, and like this also tells me that just by the nature of how it's gonna go, that this film isn't gonna bump us too far into the timeline. Like, it's still gonna be within like a year of Tony's death.
I mean, it all depends when One Division takes place.
True.
Because stuff from that must affect this, because why is Electro is walking around, and why is Doctor Strange involved? So it can't be too far removed from everything else there.
Yeah.
So everything that's going to have this weird multiverse timeline stuff has to be around the same sort of time period. There's no way that Doctor Strange is going to let that go on for too long.
Exactly. Yeah, no, it's too much. And that's sort of the thing. Like, I'm wondering if the first reaction he's going to have is, oh my god, who can I get help from? And he looks around New York. He's like, well, Doctor Strange. And then he goes, and Strange isn't maybe there because he's helping Wanda or whatever. And then Strange will join him in like the back half of the movie or something. Like, because if he shows up...
I was waiting for you to say a bit like Maz Katana from The Last Jedi, where she's just the hologram. Just like,
I mean, that could be a thing too.
It's just a projection of Strange fighting something.
It could be a scenario too. He's like, hey, Pete, I know you got your own problems right now, but look, man, you're not gonna believe like what I'm doing right now. So I'll help you out when I'm back, once I restore the multiverse back in order. Okay, like, you know, it's.
He's like, what's the Ward want now? And I bring it back to Infinity War.
Oh, that's perfect. That would be great.
Like, Tony's dead, you know. You're not his Ward anymore. We punched him in the gut because obviously Strange is an asshole.
That's true. So with that, I'm pretty confident that whatever we see this coming up December, you know, for that Spidey like reveal, we're probably just gonna see a few pieces of whatever they're shooting right now, which seems to be that maybe like the immediate aftermath, and then they'll tease the villain and confirm the villain, or you know what's happening there, which would kind of be cool. And I'm wondering,
I wouldn't be surprised if you got some like quick scenes of Spider-Man with Cumberbatch voiceover. Just to set that up really easily, and obviously explain like Electro and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's like, hey, Peter, I know you're in some trouble with the whole identity thing, but the multiverse, and you show Electro and things like that. So like, you can sort of understand, because whatever they reveal for this movie, it has to tell people what the movie's about. They can't just be like it can't be one of those half attempt to sell a film. Like, it just doesn't work like that, because there's so much going on that they want that's gonna get out regardless of, due to leaks and everything. So it's gonna be something. I'm excited though. Like, picking up right where the last one left off. That's exactly what I want. Like,
I think it's what everyone wanted. It's like, how do you can't just gloss over that.
Yeah.
Obviously, you can skip over a lot of stuff, and it's like, well, he's been doing this for the last 3 months. It's not 3 months isn't exactly a big enough gap for anyone to miss anything. So it's like, 3 months or whatever it is, and then hey, boom, this is where he is now. This is how he's been dealing with it.
Yep. And we can already guess he's been on the run. There's been a manhunt. His suit's gotten damaged. At some point, he's gonna get a new suit. Like, there you go. There's your in for that. So like, yeah.
I want them to incorporate what's going on right now, and be like, I can just walk around with the mask on, so I can hide. Like no one really recognizes me because it's winter in New York. I got a mask on, I got a hat on.
True, true. That would be kind of be cool, actually. I mean,
it's a bit of a cop out, but at the same time, it'd be quite funny and very relevant.
exactly. So, I mean, we don't know how they're going to handle it. When we know more, because they are currently shooting, we'll obviously talk about it here on the show on the channel. So,